Most people think that starting a new career is about learning new skills. For Veronique, it was unlearning perfectionism. I'm Lara, and in this video, I'm sharing an interview I did with her. And what surprised me most about Veronique's journey wasn't how fast she learned it, it was what she had to unlearn to move forward. And once she stopped waiting for perfect and took action, things moved really fast. So let's dive into her journey. All right, hello everyone. And today I'm excited because I've been joined by Veronique, who's just certified and is already onboarded into her first offer in her brand new career. And she's here to share what it's like going through the training, how long it took, and what it's been like stepping into the real world and the real thing. So, welcome, Veronique. How are you?
Good, good. How are you, Laura?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm all the better for seeing your face. I always am. It's been a pleasure having you in the
Yeah,
program. So
thanks.
here we are at this quite important milestone of you having completed the training and heading into your first offer in the real world. But let's go way back and let's track your journey a little bit. Set the scene for us, Veronique. What made you start with us and why this training? Give us a little bit of a clue as to who you are and how you are and what brought you here.
Okay, with pleasure. So I had my own jewelry business for 15 years, and although that was going well, I reached a point where I felt really totally and completely stuck
Mm,
in that journey. And I'd been searching for something since, well, I'd say around 5 years. I think it started sort of in the COVID period.
yeah,
And basically, I was exhausted. I was tired of the hamster wheel of creating, selling, surviving from month to month.
yeah.
And I didn't have a clue of what I wanted to do. I was looking for my next calling, but it just wasn't coming.
Okay.
And I saw an ad on YouTube with you on it. And it was talking about, being an expat and teaching abroad. And of course, that's something I did for 14 years also before starting my own business. And so I signed up and jumped on a call.
Right.
And that
Okay.
was the beginning of everything.
That was the beginning of everything. The rest is history, but let's talk about it. So
Yeah.
I want to ask quite specifically, and did you have any hesitations or fears about doing this before you actually said, yeah, let me give this a go. This could be a fit for me.
Well, it was kind of funny actually because when I got on the call, I'd signed up for a few things, so I couldn't actually really completely remember what it was about. And in fact, it just became really crystal clear while I was on that call, that it was something I wanted to do. It just felt so comfortable and realistic, and I really loved the idea that we would be handheld and mentored right to the end until we actually ended up in a closing position. And that just felt amazing. That was exactly what I was lacking in my current situation in
Okay.
my own business was that mentorship and that thing where that helps you step beyond your own fears and get beyond yourself,
Yeah.
'cause we were our first
Clarity.
obstacles. Yeah, yeah,
Clarity.
absolutely.
Nice. Well, that's the way it should go. And then, spoiler alert, that mentorship came true, did it? That's
Oh, it
what
certainly
what
did.
was
It certainly
important
did.
to you and sort of
Yeah,
unlocked your next journey, I suppose, didn't it? So then
it
I
did.
guess you started the journey, you got stuck into the training, started working through things. Let's jump right in, Veronique. What part of the journey actually challenged you the most?
Um, Fear. I think, we get in our own way all the time and a lot of limiting beliefs, a huge amount of limiting beliefs. And I sort of realized on my journey that I was self-sabotaging myself a lot, um, through wanting to be perfect, wanting things to be as I thought they should be before moving on. And I realized that that's where I kept getting stuck in my own business.
Interesting.
And with the mentorship, it really pushed me to go beyond those moments where I gave up,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
And I would say the most challenging part was somewhere in the middle there, before certification,
Yeah.
where I didn't think I was good enough and that I'd never get my head around it.
Mm. Mm.
And I decided to submit a call like after 10 days of pondering on whether I should submit or not. And when it came back with certification, I was like, oh my God. I just totally wasn't ready for that. And that was like another challenge, getting my head around success, you know? So
Right.
yeah,
So you passed
um,
your submission first time, right?
I did.
And that
I
was
did. And I
after
wasn't
days of
expecting it.
deliberating on whether or not this you could even do this, you were any good at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
that taught me a huge life lesson on, how we create our own roadblocks, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Reminds me of our early training in the mindset training of enemy number one.
yes, our own selves. Yeah,
You.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
So,
as a business owner, I
yeah.
think. Mm.
Well, I was going to ask, I know you've mentioned a heavy focus on mentorship being important to you because you felt like you needed unlocking in some way and you'd been getting in your way
Yeah.
with previous things. So I appreciate that. How did you keep going when things were hard or uncomfortable? What does that look like on a journey like this? What do you do when things feel hard or uncomfortable? What actions do
Well,
you take?
actually, it might seem a bit strange, but it was actually putting everything down and sort of going inwards and sort of analyzing what was going on. Why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Um, why am I feeling so afraid, and so stuck?
Mhm.
And just taking time out to just think about things and get my head around them and come back when I'd sort of gotten beyond um, those those feelings of being stuck again, of sort of being blocked, because it really is a lot about energy and just letting those things be and sit with us and pondering on them and then just letting them go and saying, look, I'm just going to trust the process, one foot in front of the other. And
Great
basically,
advice.
yeah, you start realizing that if you do that, just those mini steps towards what you're heading for. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how fast, how slow, if you need time out, just keep going. And before you know it, you're at the finish line. It's amazing. It's been
So it's
amazing.
beginning with personal responsibility, right? Like looking at how can I get out of my way here? Could I be the
Yeah.
problem here? That's so important, isn't it? And we
Mm.
say that at the beginning of the program, there will be times where you need to look inward. But then
Yeah.
there comes a time when you have to, and you need a few reminders on just how to, right? But it is
Right.
important, yeah. How
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. And by way of support, did you ever have to reach out to us, to the team, or to your community and get a little bit
Mm.
of a kick up the bum?
Oh, yes. And thank God everyone was there because it's just been so amazing. I've met some absolutely wonderful people that are now, yeah, I can call them friends, and they almost feel like family. I mean, for me, ECS is a family, and without them, without you, yeah, I'd have let go of the whole thing, in the middle there somewhere where it got messy, and
Right. That's the
it's just been
important thing,
amazing.
isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
important thing that there was a moment, maybe even several moments, that even as well laid out as things are, if you're getting in
Mm.
your own way, one of the
Yes.
ways that you'll do that is start to think about quitting, right?
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
community didn't let you.
No,
We
no,
don't have
and
quitters here, right?
absolutely. And even now, stepping into a closing role and everything, and we're a few of us doing all of this at the same time and just reaching out and finding out, how's it going for you? And just the pep talks we give each other and everything. And there was a moment where I felt stuck even with my CV, you probably remember, and I reached out to you saying, I think I'm suffering from imposter syndrome. And you were like, why haven't you told me? Come here, I'll help you. And that was just amazing because yeah, I really did feel stuck in that moment. And I guess asking for help is something we're not used to doing as business owners. We do it all on our own. We figure it out all on our own most of the time. And having that support has just been way beyond my expectations. Yeah, it's just
Well,
been absolutely
I'm glad to
amazing.
hear it, and I'm especially glad that you also have made a few friends. This is something that is this phenomenon of a byproduct of the community that we've built and
Yeah,
are continuing to grow, that it seems like people are developing really nice relationships and friendships across the world. I mean, what better
yeah,
way to start a new career than like a whole rugby team of people cheering you on behind you,
absolutely.
and you can do it, you can do it. What better way to start, right? Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. And just that common thing that we all have, which is why we're all here.
yeah,
And so it makes the relationships just fit like
yeah.
you wouldn't imagine.
You've
Yeah.
experienced similar things. You've all been through that messy middle now, haven't
Yeah,
you? And come out
yeah,
the other side of
exactly.
it with your
Everyone
lessons.
knows how it feels. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been amazing.
And
Yeah.
also, you've all achieved something that's absolutely brilliant as well. You've all
Yeah.
achieved something individually. You've certified, or you've got on your first stuff, or you've made your first sale, or whatever it is. And these are
Yeah.
things to be celebrated. And it would be hard to celebrate those things if you were on your own, right? You'd likely forget,
Yeah.
or you'd just see them as quite insignificant. But actually, they're really, really important. And that's kind of why we're having this conversation. You've reached a significant milestone of certifying and then going on an offer. Before we move forward from that, actually, what sort of timeline were you working with, Veronique? Like, when did you join? What kind of obstacles prevented you from, most people say, oh, we expected to do this and then do this, this, and this, and here's what got in the way. Here's how I thought it would go, and here's how it actually went. Um,
Yeah.
and like, give us a little bit of a timeline to sort of, joining,
Mm.
practicing, certifying, and now on an offer, because that's really useful.
Yeah. Well, I joined in January 2025, and I just sort of progressively moved into the course here and there because I was still running my business. I had a brick and mortar store that I had to sort out and hand over. So I was really busy. But I did find that, I could sort of spend a few hours here and there listening to the modules when I was driving my car and that kind of thing. And I sort of buckled down. I got rid of my shop in April.
Okay.
No, May actually, May 2025. And that's where I really buckled down and started booking calls and going into full-time student mode, which felt really good because it was a bit frustrating to just do it in bribes.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, in June I was certified. So, basically when I really got my head stuck in, it all happened really quickly. But I mean, it's totally completely compatible with a career that's already happening. And what I really appreciate is the fact that it lasts for a whole year. So even once you've gotten certified, you can still jump on calls and keep your thoughts fresh and pumped up with your guidance and everything. And that's just gold, being
Yeah.
able to sort of maintain that. It kind of feels like a safety net, having the community still there behind you and all the
Well, it's part
support.
of what got you this far, isn't it? So,
Yeah,
what's going to get you to the next milestone? Probably more of the same, right?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep
It's
going, just
so
keep the good habits,
reassuring.
keep going. I like that you've mentioned that it's genuinely self-paced as well, that you were able to
Yeah,
dip in and out. But I'm going to
yeah,
highlight something that you said that I think I'd be remiss as a leader to say, that momentum's really important. If you can just buckle down and commit to something
yeah,
each
yeah,
day, that's really useful.
yeah.
As you said yourself, dipping in and out. You went 4 months without making too much progress. But then when you
Mm,
were able to buckle down every day, it happened within a couple of months, right? And you're at
yeah.
the point of
Not
reaching
even just yeah, a couple of months,
3
May, and then I think I was certified like mid-June.
June.
So
Excellent.
it happened way faster than I expected even,
Yeah, yeah. Well, good. Well, and that was down to you doing the
Yeah,
things that we asked of you
absolutely.
in the program. So
Yeah,
well done you.
you
And
have
it's
to do the
also,
work.
Yeah, you have
Mm,
to sit down and do the work. Let's talk about that then, because what we're doing is we're teaching people skills here. The whole program is, basically designed to give you a high value skill set, right? So
right.
I'm curious, what's a skill that you've developed, through your training with us that surprised you how useful it was, or something that you picked up that you've realized is actually a lifelong skill, or just something that's useful anyway?
Yeah, listening, learning
Yeah.
to listen. Yeah, it
Okay.
has changed so many things. Like, not, I mean, I have sort of yet to apply it really full on in my closer position, but in my personal relationships, it's been incredible already. I can tell how much my communication has changed because of it. And the listening and how we ask questions, the open-ended questions, and
Yeah.
how non-aggressive it is with people. It just
Yeah.
changes everything in your communication.
Which
It's
is
pretty
especially
amazing.
important because I suppose you also want to feel comfortable and ethical in your sales process as well, right? Yes, it's sales,
Yeah,
but we don't have to be aggressive. There
yeah,
are other ways to skin the cat.
exactly,
Veronique, can I
exactly.
ask you, did you think you
Yeah,
were a good listener before you joined this program?
I did.
You have
I did.
described yourself as a good
Yeah.
listener, empathetic, compassionate, yeah, all those things.
Yeah, all those things, and you sort of realize that no, and you sort of
There's
pick it
more
up
to
in other
learn.
people that, that they're not really listening to you. Can get a little bit frustrating sometimes because you want to teach them too,
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's changed a lot of things, and I can feel my relationships, shifting even on
yeah,
a personal level. So
yeah.
that's been amazing, and it's work in progress. It's something that we work on non-stop.
Well, and you have
Yeah,
the skill now, so you can just keep improving it, can't you? And that
exactly.
listening part is really, really, really important. I love that that's the top pick of the skills that we teach. Just seems basic, but it's so fundamental to being any good at anything, really.
Yeah,
Um,
well, just as a person. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, there's no way I could do arm twisting sales. I would never choose that.
yeah,
So this just feels so aligned and genuinely helping people, move forward
yeah.
in their on a personal level, on a professional level, on every level.
Yeah, good.
Mm.
That's the goal, right? Not just
Yeah,
to make a sale, but to
absolutely.
actually help somebody. So I'm glad that that's remaining your solid value there, and probably a reason why the way that we train and our methods of transformational sales are an important differentiator for someone like you that genuinely does care about doing the right thing and doing right by people and making a bit of a good impact on the world. So that's nice.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it was absolutely essential that it
yeah.
took that route for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Yeah, good. And so let's have a little bit of a quick reflection then. What's something that you had to unlearn to make this work?
I've had to unlearn to stop being such a perfectionist. Like,
I was
you know,
hoping you mentioned that, Veronique. It
yeah,
is
no,
something that lots of people are going, yeah, I
yeah,
reckon I'm probably a little bit like that. I'm a bit of a
yeah.
perfectionist, and actually it came down to action.
It did. It
Yeah,
does. I mean, if you wait for everything to be perfect, then you just don't move forward. It's all throwing yourself in and taking a leap of faith,
yeah,
and just trusting yourself and trusting the process. And it's been amazing, how just one little tiny step in front of the other gets you to where you want to go. And it's still the case now. It's
percent.
just momentum moving forward. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, getting beyond that, I've got to wait till this is there, till I'm at that point. No, just trust
Well,
yourself.
proof
Yeah.
because your certification, your submission, you held back and actually it was good enough,
It
right?
was. It
So
was good enough.
we
I
didn't
didn't
need
think so
perfection, we
at
needed
all.
action, right? That's
Yeah,
it. That's
absolutely.
the cool thing about this skill set is that you're not going to be perfect even when you're certified. You're going to
No,
continue to learn and grow, right?
yeah,
And that's so
absolutely.
important. Why would you stop learning? Just
Well,
learn more.
exactly. It's essential to
Yeah.
our human brains to keep them going and just, become the better version of ourselves that we're
Yeah.
looking to be and help other people get there too.
Yeah. So if
Mm.
you had to sum up everything that you've learned during the program in a couple of sentences, if you like, what how would you sum things up? How would you sum up the journey for someone that's never been on a journey like this?
I'd say, just don't wait for the perfect moment.
Yeah.
There isn't one. Um, you just need to say yes and take the first step.
Yeah.
And remember that you're not alone. You've got the support, you've got everything you need. You just have to be open to receiving it. And so, yeah, just go for it, basically.
Go for it.
Make those little fear voices shut up and step into, who
Is
you
that
want
good?
to be.
That's good advice. Shut up. Just whatever it is that's saying you're probably not good enough, you probably
Yeah,
need to wait, you're probably not ready, it's probably not for you. Shut up, let me explore it. Is that the
yeah,
advice? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
good.
it's that
Great
monkey
advice.
brain chatter, it's
Great.
like just go for it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What's been your, we're finished with this, Veronique, because I think this is important for where you're at in your journey. What's been your favorite thing about your journey so far?
I think it's totally been like the community.
Yeah.
The sharing, the love, because there generally really is, these very strong human connections. And you just do, I think I suffered a lot from being alone in my business
Yeah.
and stepping into that community and that help and that sort of family feeling, that you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing and it's working.
That's
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That it's
And just
working. Yeah.
the huge, massive shifts you go through on a personal level, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the personal journey has just been amazing. Yeah,
I
I
was
just,
just about to say positive shifts we're talking about here. Yes,
yeah,
challenging. Yes,
yeah,
we
not
talk
easy
about the
one.
messy middle a lot. We talk
Yeah,
about, yes, there's going to be challenges on a journey like this. I mean, we're starting a new, extremely lucrative career in a really
right.
big industry. It's a
Yeah,
skill set that requires
it
learning
is.
and practice. There's no doubt about that. But the
Mm.
shifts are positive. They've impacted you positively, right?
Absolutely. And even like the money blockages and things like that. Like at first when I sort of started calculating, what I could make with this new career, it would send me into panic mode. And I'm like, why are you panicking about making money? And so everything is in movement. It just
Yeah.
changes everything. And it's still kind of uncomfortable here and there because it's all so new and it does create such a huge mind shift. But
Yeah. So new is good, new
yeah,
is
amazing.
helpful, new is okay.
Yeah,
Making money's okay
absolutely.
too.
Yeah. And
Wanting to
just
make
getting
money's okay too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like, why do I feel that, I don't deserve this sort of thing? And you sort of
yeah.
get beyond that and
Well,
just
you
keep
definitely
going.
do. You
Yeah,
absolutely do deserve this. And that brings us right up to a final moment here, I suppose, of you've just started your new offer, which is
right.
with a company that you wanted to work for, right?
Actually, they reached out to talk to me. I
Oh,
hadn't applied, so they saw my video and wanted to get in touch. And it's with a sound therapist, so that's something that's really aligned with
yeah,
the how who I am and my beliefs.
yeah,
So that feels really good because yeah, as it's therapeutic, you know that you're going to be helping. Well, it's sort of that thing of doing things for the greater good of the greatest number. You know that the impact's going to be
gonna
huge.
be there.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a small
wonderful.
company that's growing. So that's also very nice to sort of be in the starting blocks and help this small company grow.
Yeah.
And we're all doing it together. So yeah,
Wonderful. Yeah,
lovely.
sounds like a good team. A massive congratulations to just get
Thank
through
you.
these milestones, start the ball rolling. Next phases we'll work through together as well. So, it's all about growing into your role now and implementing what you've learned in the real world. So I can't wait to hear what happens next. for you,
Yes,
Nick.
yes.
I'm
Well,
sure
apparently
there'll
I'm going to
be
be,
other milestones that we're celebrating together, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yes. Well, I should be starting my first calls next week. So
yeah.
really excited
All
to
right.
give it a go and use everything I've learnt and
Good.
yeah,
Keep us
smash
updated.
it.
Keep smashing it. You're already smashing it. Go and smash it again. And keep us updated, Veronique. I guess we'll
I
touch
will.
base again in a few months here and see where we're at. And in the
Great.
meantime, like you said yourself, the community is still ready and available to give you any support
Yeah.
you need on this next leg of your journey. I'm so excited to see what happens for you. And I really appreciate you coming and sharing a little bit of
Oh,
your
you are
version
so
of the journey.
welcome.
Is there anything that you'd want to tell everybody? What will people get if they reach out to us, Veronique?
Oh my gosh, you'll get beyond what you expect, I promise, because this has been such a journey and way beyond anything I expected. You just
Amazing.
haven't a clue, how much shifting is going to happen, but you come out of it a new person. You genuinely do.
Wonderful. Well, you heard it. Reach out if you're looking for a new journey and you want to do something really cool and you want to do it with really cool people that care about you. Reach out and ask us about it, and maybe even ask Veronique a few questions if you wish. I'm sure
Absolutely.
she would oblige in answering. Congratulations again, Veronique.
Thank
Again, we'll
you.
connect again and we'll stay connected and keep supporting you. But good luck on this next leg of your journey. And
Thank you.
thank you for all the support that you've given your fellow students as well. They've spoken highly of you. So well done. See you on the next one.
Thank you, Laura, for everything,
You're
really.
very
Thank
welcome.
you.
See you very
Bye.
much. Bye.